Hello and welcome to Seeds of Greatness with Nana Harrison. I'm glad you could join me again this week as I wrap up my series Good versus Right. This is the fourth part. That's the last part. If you've not had a chance to watch the parts 1, 2, and 3, I'm leaving the links in the description below. There are so many fantastic things that we've learned, all using the story of Cain and Abel as our model story. And we are wrapping up that series today. And I believe that you won't go anywhere. You'll watch this video all the way to the end to be able to get all the wisdom keys that I'll be sharing today. And just so that I know that you are watching, just leave in the comment section your favorite wisdom key. Yes, your favorite wisdom key. I want you to share your favorite wisdom key with me in the comment section. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. But before we go into our text, let me just remind you, in case you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so, and don't forget to click on the bell to get notified whenever I release new videos. And also click the thumbs up button. It helps with the algorithm for the channel. So we'll go into our text, which we have been reading from Genesis chapter 4. Take your Bibles and let's delve into the text. Genesis chapter 4. We've gone through the verses 1 all the way to verse 7. And so today we are continuing from the verse 8 all the way to verse 23. But I will not read all. I'll just read bits and pieces of it so that you can have time with yourself and then go through the whole text. I believe there are so many things that you can learn by yourself. So Genesis chapter 4, I'm reading from the verse 8 downwards. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth out unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which had opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. So I read all the way to the verse 15, and you can go through it all the way to the rest. So it's like Cain, out of his anger, has convinced his brother to go into the field with him, and there he has killed him. And God is asking Cain about it, and he's angry about it still, and telling God he was not his brother's keeper, and causes God to place a curse on Cain. And so that is literally what the story is about. Now let's get into our wisdom keys. That is very, very important. The wisdom key. So first and foremost, I would want to say that it is a very dangerous thing to make any serious decision when you are emotionally unstable. Yes, when you're emotionally unstable, for example, you're so angry, that is the wrong time to make a serious decision. Because trust me, whenever your emotions are not stable, you will not make the right decision. And just like Cain, he was driven by anger, and it was through this anger that he had to kill his brother for nothing. His brother literally had done nothing to him, but because he was angry, he could not process the thing well. So whenever you are emotionally unstable, you are unable to process issues well. And so the best thing to do is that whenever you find yourself that you are emotionally going through so many things, maybe you've been hurt, you are disappointed, you are angry, something, that is not the moment to make serious decisions. If there is any serious decision that you have to make, postpone it. Make sure that you've been able to calm yourself down, you are okay before you make that decision, because other than that, you are going to regret. For example, you just got brokenhearted from a relationship. It is very wrong to jump into another one. Even though you feel all the love that this new person is giving to you and all that, it will be the wrong time to jump into it, because at that time your emotions are not right. You are not in the right place. And so you need to allow yourself to heal. You need to get over all those hurts, the disappointment, the anger. You need to get over all of those before you can make a serious decision, like life-changing decisions, before you regret. Now, secondly, naivety can kill you. Yes, naivety can kill you. So be mindful of who, what, and when to trust. Be mindful of who, what, and when to trust. These three things are very important, because you see, Abel was so naive. He did not know what was happening. He just felt, well, my brother says we should go to the field, so let me just follow him. He did not take time to think, why does he want us to go to the field? Like, he's my brother, all right, but why does he want us to go there? There are so many of us who fall prey to this. We are sometimes set up by people because we fail to ask questions. Sometimes it pays to be a bit curious, like try and find some reason behind certain actions. The person might be your best friend. You might love them to death, but at least, like, you must try and understand, like, what is this about, and even the timing. But when you fail to do all these things and you take everything for granted, thinking that, oh well, nothing will happen, oh, this is just one of those things, you might end up like Abel. So it pays, although he's your brother, at least, like, the fact that a person is your brother and can be trusted does not mean that they should be trusted every time, or everything they say is like the holy, what do we call it, word of God. Sometimes they can make mistakes. And so in as much as you trust people, when they say things, you need to also try and process and see if what they are telling you is right, before you try, and even the timing, whether it is the right time for you to go along that path with them or not. Yeah, if not, you might just end up throwing away your money, wasting your time on something that you were not supposed to get into. And so naivety, being so naive can kill you. And so sometimes you have to just be a bit more curious and ask questions. Why do we have to do this? Like, try and understand things. Sometimes it is very important so you don't end up like Abel. Now, let me say that in a battle, you should always try to bring that fight to your own turf. Bring it to your comfort zone. You see, from the beginning, we did mention that Cain is a farmer and Abel is like, what do you call it? A shepherd. He keeps sheep. That means that Cain's field, his comfort zone, is the field. When you go to the bush, that is him. He is a farmer. And so Abel, being like an animal farmer, might not be well versed with the bush as Cain might be. And so Cain knew that the best place to attack Abel and then kill him is in the place that I'm comfortable, where I am so familiar. And so this is just a word of advice. If you have to do battle, if you have to do something, bring it to your comfort place. Like, bring it to your own turf, the place that you know you can function very well. Let's say you have to do some piece of work or something. You know that there are some times you function very well. Maybe yours is to sit in the quiet. Yours is to probably like go take a stroll on the beach or something. You should know these things. You should know your own turf, what works for you, and be able to bring the battle to your own turf and not just follow people. There are some people, well, because their friend said that, well, I study best when I have headphones on, when I'm listening to music. So you also try to adapt or adjust your lifestyle because you want to fit theirs. It will not help you. That is their comfort zone. That is their turf. Bring the battle to your own turf. What works for you? You need to know. Like, try and find out the things that work for you before you just jump onto anything because maybe this friend of yours is doing it or that friend of yours says this works or not. It is not up to them. It is up to you. If you were, let's say, a shepherd rearing your sheep and you have these stables or something, make sure that you are working around that area. If he's a farmer, let him go to the field. That is his comfort zone. But work where you are most effective at. That's what I mean by bringing the battle to your own turf. Don't try to be who you are not, because it can kill you. Be what you know you can do best, and that also requires that you need to take inventory of your own skills and your own abilities. So you have to try and then know what you are very good at, where your strengths are, and then bring the battle there. When David had to fight Goliath, I remember that Saul wanted to give him all these things, this garment to wear and these weapons, but David wore them and said, no, they are too heavy for me. I'm not used to this, Take them. All I need is my sling and my stone, because that is what I am used to. That is my turf. And lo and behold, he went against Goliath and was able to defeat him with that sling and stone. That means that sometimes it is very important to know what really works for you and play there. You see, we don't change a winning team. There's no coach whose team is doing very well and scoring everybody that will decide, okay, well, you sit down, you sit down, you sit down. That coach is definitely not doing the best and does not know what they are doing. And so make sure that the battle is in your field, your turf. That is where you can defeat them. If you're a footballer and you've been playing on AstroTurf all your life, don't try to go and play with somebody on some gravel pitch, because they will score you. That is their turf. Yours is the AstroTurf. So invite the battle to your own turf. And if you are going somewhere, let them create your environment for you. Simple as that. Well, now on Cain, we can also say that accountability is inevitable. You see, Cain thought that he would just murder Abel in a field, bury him there because nobody saw him. You see his mentality. He took him out there, killed him because nobody will see him. Well, who will come and ask of him? But you see, God was watching him. And you see, that is the point. Everything that we do, whether good or bad, someone is watching. If not a human being, God is up there watching. Whether you believe in him or not. If even you don't believe in God, at least you believe in karma. So whatever you do, you see, it doesn't matter how you isolate yourself. You can go into the bush somewhere to do it. But at least be rest assured that whatever you did, whether good or bad, you will definitely pay for it. And so when you are doing something, just ask yourself, will I be happy with the consequence of this thing? Because everything has a consequence. Action and reaction are opposite and equal. That's what the physicists will tell you. So when you're doing anything, be careful. Know that it will have some consequences. Now, there is something Cain did here, which is try to use sarcasm. When God asked him, where is your brother? He's like, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? You see, sometimes I think people might attack you or they'll just try to be sarcastic as a defense mechanism. He knew he was guilty, but the way to brush it off was just to be sarcastic or to throw you off. But sometimes you don't have to be derailed by these things. It's just a defense mechanism. Just relax and go back again. Let them know that, well, that sarcasm did not do anything to me. It is just a defense mechanism. And usually people do that to hide stuff. You realize that sometimes when people are nervous and all that, they try to throw you off. When people know that what they are doing, they did something wrong and they are coming to be held accountable, they try to throw tantrums around as a defense mechanism. You see, the best way to defend is to attack. So they will first attack you, but you shouldn't be shaken by those things because it's just a way to protect themselves. But look beyond that sarcasm and get to what exactly you are searching for. And then finally, I'll say that revenge can be expensive. I did not read all the way to that part, but there is a part when we read verse 23, it says, and Lamech said unto his wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man for my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. This Cain that has been cursed, that whoever shall kill him shall be avenged sevenfold. And this man Cain, I think, wounds Lamech, and Lamech retaliates by killing him. And now he has to bear that sevenfold curse. And his is also multiplied by another sevenfold. And so he says, truly, Lamech 70 and sevenfold. That means that, you see, it's a ripple effect. Why am I saying this? Sometimes you will be provoked. There are so many people who will come and push you to your limit. Be careful. Sometimes some people can they can offend you to such a degree that if you are not careful, you will think of revenging. But the problem is you don't know the curse they are carrying. Like Cain, you see, fortunately for Cain, in the case of Cain, there was a mark on him. Whether it is visible or not, that is for theologians to decipher. But whichever way it is, Lamech could not control himself because he had wounded him and killed him. And because of that, that mark came upon him sevenfold. So be careful. Sometimes some people, they are just evil. They just come provoke you so that you get angry and do your worst. And the moment you act, then whatever it is, you allow yourself for all manner of problems or issues to follow you. There are certain things, you see, sometimes like a parent, your child is so stubborn, they are doing everything. You tell them anything, they won't listen. And then you decide, I'm going to flog you. The moment you pulled out your hand to beat that child, they fell and died. Your friend came to provoke you. You did whatever, and then you are trying to pay them back, and then you went to destroy something in return. Be careful of these things. Don't be so quick to revenge, because sometimes that revenge can be very expensive. That's why God said that vengeance is mine. Learn to let things go. When people offend you, look at them. Just learn to let it go. Let it go. You see, they will definitely reap the harvest for the seed they've sown. There's no seed that is sown that there is no harvest. So that seed they've sown, that is the offense in your life, they will reap it some way, somehow. And they won't like it. But don't let it be from you, because vengeance is not yours to execute. So that you don't find yourself in the case of Lamech, bearing the curse of Cain, how many fold? 70 and 7-fold. Cain's was 7-fold. Now he comes to get 70 and 7-fold of that burden. So let us not be quick to react and all that. Thank you, and all too soon I've come to the end of this Good versus Right. I believe you've been blessed. Leave in the comment section your favorite wisdom key and let's get talking. Now it's been Seeds of Greatness with Nana Harrison, and I'm so grateful that you're able to join me. Just a reminder, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do so, and don't forget to turn on the bell to get notified of all the videos that I'll be uploading, and also click the thumbs up button. It's been a blessing to be with you here once again, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.